Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe before we continue the rest of the video. Now, I'm about to show you guys with the 5 strains on the different aspects for the COVID-19 versus the Black Death. Now, first off, we're gonna start with the symptoms. Symptoms of the Black Death. We got the 3 common things which were being found from the Black Death, which are the fever, headache, like the fatigue, malaria, malarias, and the body aches, and many other more. On the sudden onset of a fever, headache, and a body malarias, and also the chills, weaknesses, nausea, and many other more. So here are the things what about to show you the symptoms of for the Black Death. Now let's head on to the COVID. Common things you might find that you have the COVID, which are fever, cough, sore throat, difficulty at breathing, and those are the common things that being recognized by the official government of the United States. Now let's talk about the cures. What are the cures for the COVID-19 and also for the Black Death? Those are the ways which these are the ginger, calendula, yarrow, oregano oil. So these are the 4 types of things you may safe and proven nature cures for the Black Death. You may find it safe and proven. So ginger. To treat the Black Death, using ginger as a tea or mix it up with a lemon or honey. Bubonic plague symptoms will be eased when taking ginger due to its antibacterial properties. It is also known to fight off other infections as well. Moreover, the ginger increases your immune system and counters many allergic reactions. Better way to notice when taking the ginger, however, take note that it might cause diarrhea, the heartburn, or stomach upset. So the tips for when you're taking the ginger drink. And yarrow. Yarrow is safe when taken by mouth in food amounts, and actually can take it just by your mouth. And common health problems such as the influenza, the fever, colds, infections, pneumonia, and inflammation because of its anti-inflammatory effects. However, it can cause drowsiness or increase urination when taken by people. Others might experience skin irritation as a side effect. And down below are the steps of curing the Black Death, which you're gonna follow the following steps. You gotta see the following steps, which we have first to dry the yarrow flowers, and then boil the flowers to make it teas, and strain the mixture. Add mint to the strained mixture and drink. Now we have out the oregano oil, which is the last one. So here are the following steps you should do when you take the oregano oil. First thing first, you have to add up with a few drops of oregano to a cup of water, and then heat the water once the temperature is tolerable for our skin. Soak in a cotton cloth in the mixture, and also wipe your entire body with a soaked cotton cloth. Then massage the area which attached to the place where you have with the you're infected you're infected disclosure, the place where you got infected, and for that it will get still fantastic. They're like they're like very fantastic facts overall. You gotta trust me. And here we have a calendra. The presence of natural chemicals that help with the new tissue to grow in wounds. It also helps to decrease the swelling, especially in the mouth and the throat area. Now, here's the theories of the steps for curing the bloodbath. To dry and grind some calendula leaves and grind the leaves to powder form and mix the 2 to 3 teaspoons of the powder to 1 glass of water, and then drink 2 to 3 glasses every day. Those are the things that you should follow in order to cure the black death. And on the other side, we have um, the cures for the COVID-19, which are the 3 different things: the Chinese herbal medicines, such as the yarrow, as I mentioned before, is was also part of it. Western medicines, such as the GS um, 5734 or any other things, as I list down below, and vaccinations as most important ones. On the right top, on the top left, on the top left, the button, on top left side, we can see there's the American vaccine. This is the down below had the Chinese vaccines. That's how we take a measure for that. So we're heading to the next trend. Outlook on both pandemics. First, we gotta lead it to the COVID-19. How it actually impact our real lives. Economic impacts. Supply chain and market disruption. Many manufacturing firms rely on imported intermediates and inputs from China and other countries affected by the disease. Now, there's another one called international relationships. Through this time, people from all over the world blame China because the virus was started at Wuhan. People may think that Wuhan was really the place, but in fact, there's many other more conspiracies behind that. And it makes it hard to have a good relationships with any other countries with China. Nobody's really think that China is a very good place to stay with, just to get in touch with. And also the political impact. The political impact of the coronavirus is in advanced economics could be as substantial as the economic effects. Leaders from South Korea's President Moon Jae-in, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and the U.S. President Donald Trump have been sharply criticized for mishandling the virus and allowing the cases to increase. On the other aspects, on the Black Death, there's only 2 of them, which are the environmental and the trading during the Black Death. Now let's get to the first one, which is for the environmental ones. The Black Death may have had a surprisingly effective on the environment from 1347 to 1351. A nightmare disease ravaged the entire Europe, afflicting victims with putrid white blood, boils, fevers, and vomiting, and in short order, death. Trading during the Black Death. The medieval Silk Road brought Italy the wealth of goods, spices, and the new ideas from China and Central Asia to Europe. In 1346, the trade also likely carried the deadly bubonic plague that killed as many as a half of all of Europeans within 7 years in what is known as the Black Death. Also, the economic and the social impacts, as I talked, um, very similar to the COVID ones. The Black Death, the biggest impact were the social and the economic. And while these did impact the politicals in the short term, in the very long term, there were more immediate impacts. The more important political effect was the weakening of the church. So people usually at that period of time love to go into the church and pray for the best, for the families, for getting rid of the plague. Now we gotta talk about the difference, right? The difference and the similarities regarding the history. Here we have out like the Venn diagrams. On the left hand side, there's a COVID, which has a different thing on the right hand side, the Black Death. And in the middle are the similarities. Coronavirus is a type of virus that is true for COVID-19, operating in China, of course. The virus originated at a seafood market where wild animals included the birds, rabbits, the bats, and also snakes are traded. Exactly. And incubating in a period of 3 to 24 days usually takes 7 days to kill the person. From China to America and then to the whole world. Those are the exactly the true statements for the COVID-19. That's why leading to for the Black Death on the right hand side, as we can see, the Black Death was caused by the bacteria from the plague from the rats, right? Outbreak in Europe, that's true. The mortality rate was 30 to 75%. That's definitely true. The Black Death can be cured by penicillin, of course. So many people believe that the Black Death was a kind of divine punishment. People believe in God. Especially people believe in God, that's true. That's truth. So from mice to mosquitoes and then to the people, spreading to the people, exactly. That's also true. Now we have in the middle, which are the similarities. Both are the dreadful and deadly. They are both true. Both impacted economics heavily. Both are a pestilence, a lack of food, and both epidemics have sequela, the left out, which you bring it after you get cured from that disease, and you still have the thing left out with you. And the spread of the infection, causing death, of course. Both epidemics gets into the human's body by respiration. That's also true. So that's just a short brief of talking what is the similarities and what's the differences between these two types of epidemics. Now we're just gonna head into our spreading part, which is the lastly for today. Spreading of the Black Death. Here on the top, I'm gonna show you the map is the period of a time between 3046 to 3053. A disease spreading from Europe to Asia. Back then, the disease was mostly transmitted from rodents to humans by the bites of infected fleas. Back then, people thought the plague was caused by bad air and imbalanced of the body humors, or was a terrible punishment inflicted by God. So those people who believe in gods back then to the time, who are very superstitious, the disease is spared, spared none, attacking both rich and poor people with no end in sight. And also occurs in Europe originally. That's true as well. Now let's get on to the trend for the COVID-19. COVID-19, here's the map of the COVID-19. We got most of countries has been so far got tested for COVID-19. Countries that have been spread by the COVID-19. Between people who are in close contact with one another, about 5 feet, 6 feet long, you won't get affected. But with a face shield or face covering on, you will be okay. And also disinfect with your hands and your faces often. Through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even talks. That's true. And these droplets can land in the mouth or noses of people who are nearby, or possibly being inhaled into the lungs. Some recent studies that have suggested that COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms. That's would be very scary ones of all time. People who are not showing with the symptoms and got affected by COVID-19, that would also can be considered as a very high definite ones. Now that leads to the end of the part of the presentation. Thank you for listening and watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. See you guys there.